Hey guys, Seeker here today, and I'm doing another commentary video. It looks like I got a copyright strike. I think it was from the clips from the new Jurassic World movie, and that's probably my bad because maybe in some countries they haven't seen the movie yet or it wasn't out yet, but that was my bad, and I'm too lazy to change it, so it's just gonna be strikes for copyright strikes. It's not a like strike on my channel. It's like a copyright infringement. I don't know what they call it, but that now that's out of the way. Let's talk about Top Gun Maverick. Now, spoiler warning: if you haven't seen the new Top Gun Maverick movie, I would suggest watching it and coming back to this video. But if you have seen it or just wants to get spoiled, let's dive in. I can break down why Top Gun Maverick is a good movie in four parts. First, the action. Second, the character development. Third, the nostalgia. And finally, the story. The biggest reason I like Top Gun was that it had amazing action scenes, and they're good because the beginning of the movie was, you could call it an action scene. I call it an action scene to me because he was flying a Dark Star Martin SR-72, and it wanted to get to Mach 10, which if you don't know how many miles per hour that is about that is about 7,652 miles per hour. And that is super fast. If you have no idea how fast it is, I did some research, and apparently if it would have traveled across the whole world, it would take 3 hours and 30 minutes, while a regular commercial jet would take about like 45 hours. Just to put that in perspective of how fast he's going. Also, Mach 10 is 24 times faster than the fastest car in the world. And that goes about 310 miles per hour. Then we got where they brought back the dog fights. I can't speak today apparently. Dog fights from the first movie, which it was a very iconic scene, and it's what got me into Top Gun because I loved those scenes, and they brought it back again, and I was like, man, they're just bringing out the stuff. It's very good from the first movie. Like, man, they just brought up a lot of freaking scenes from it. And I was like, man, they're doing great. Another action scene was when Maverick showed that they can do the mission that they were assigned, which I'll get in a little later, by showing them how to do it. Like doing it. Like I don't know how to explain it, but he just did it and he did the mission, and they were able to try to do the mission, sorry. By far, my favorite part of the actions scenes was when they actually did the mission. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I'm not lying. I was literally like, man, this is going down. When I saw Maverick shot down and I thought it was over for him, I actually thought they were gonna kill him off because to be honest, I've heard rumors that they were gonna kill him off, but apparently they didn't. And I was shocked to see him still alive. I love that they took a F-14 Tomcat and were taking out the enemy. And then I love that Hangman saved them in the end, and then they got to celebrate their victory over the mysterious enemy. The character development in this movie was crazy. I'm not lying, bro. This should have been a whole show at this point. The character development was crazy. Maverick not knowing if he wants to teach Rooster because he doesn't want to lose him like Goose, but by the end of the movie, he accepts that he's a good fighter pilot and lets him do the mission and even believes that he can do the mission than Hangman can. And Hangman could have done the mission, but he felt Rooster would do it better. By the way, I will talk about the acting because oh my gosh, they did really good on the acting. It was amazing. They didn't miss a beat. If you want to know how to do acting, how to get good acting, you should take notes from this movie because they were great. Rooster's character development was incredible because he was kind of like Goose and Maverick at like he was half Goose, half Maverick. At sometimes when he's flying, he acts like Maverick, but when he's not flying, he would act like Goose to me. Rooster was not a big fan of Maverick because he wouldn't let him fly for the Navy. But when they fly together and Maverick puts him on the mission, they finally start building a bond. And at the end where he saw the wall of his dad and put the hand over it, and then he just felt accomplished and all that he needed to do. And I felt that he was accomplished because he did something his dad couldn't, and that was surviving a mission. But I don't want to. That's a sad part of the movie, and I don't want to make a joke about it. So, and then we got side characters that got some growth. Like Hangman was like Iceman from the first movie, where he was a hotshot and think he can do everything. But by the end, he helps out Rooster and Maverick, and finally accepts Rooster, just like Iceman did to Maverick. I wouldn't I wouldn't even call them side characters at this point because I feel like every character they add to Top Gun Maverick was a main character. They all did something in the movie. And that's what some movies don't do. They just have side characters that do nothing in the movie and they're just there. Same thing with shows. They do that same thing. But I feel like when you get to Top Gun Maverick, you got that general at the start, and he was the person that got him into Top Gun again, and that was very like he was no side character, but like they just know what they're doing, and I'm surprised people haven't figured this out yet. But let's move on to the next part. We have nostalgia. If you ever seen your favorite Top Gun, Top Gun Maverick was amazing because it uses the same elements from the first Top Gun, and then from the first movie, like it's from the first movie, it takes some elements, boom, boom, and then you get a completely new story somehow. But it still has those old elements from the movie, but which I don't know how they do it, but it's a new story, but with the same elements from the first movie. I think movies should take notes from this because we got the first part of the movie and like what is it? The men from the first part of the movie where it brings back the not the like what do you call that the when it's the first start of the movie, whatever, it's the first part of the movie is when they bring back the old intro from Top Gun, and I thought that was amazing. Then we got to where the commander says that he's gonna help out Top Gun again, which brings back some memories to the old movies, like when the commander said you're gonna go to Top Gun because that's what they said to him. And then we got that football scene, which was like the volleyball scene from the first movie. And then we got the love scene, which was literally the same thing. There's just so many moments that are nostalgic to the first movie. But you don't need to watch the first one to get the second one, which is amazing. And they should have taken notes. And finally, we got the story. And like I was saying, it's completely different and still has parts from the old movies, which makes it great, amazing. Any other thing that's rhymes with amazing, great, stuff like that. The story is great, where they have to blow an enemy uranium so they can't use nuclear weapons, which is creative and very true to present day. This is what I wanted from Jurassic World Dominion, but they just couldn't deliver. The mission where they were about to get blown up by the enemy had me on the edge of my seat, and when Hangman saved the day, it was very surprising, and I'm happy for what they did with the story. To be honest, there's nothing I didn't not like about the movie. It was a perfect movie. The story, the character development, the nostalgia, everything. Now, I forgot in the last video that I needed to do a rating system, and we're going to do 50 movies in total. 25 good movies in my opinion, 25 bad movies in my opinion. I will take the top 4 bad movies and good movies and rate them to see what is the worst movie of the year and what is the best movie of the year. So, in my bad rating system, it works like this. What do you call it? I call it an L rating because it's an L for how bad the story was. So we got the characters and the story, and then we got the film, And that is the same thing for the good rating system, but instead it is the opposite of bad and just good. So Jurassic World Dominion, the characters were a 7. I wanted more characters from the old movies. This the story was a 5 since they just reused it again. And the overall movie to me was about a 4 because there's just it wasn't that good. Which the less points the worst and the more points the best. So Jurassic World Dominion is about a 16 out of 30. But for Top Gun Maverick, I thought it was a pretty good movie. It's actually not a pretty good movie. It's the perfect movie. And in my opinion, I can't believe I'm saying this. I should have put Top Gun Maverick at the end, but it's a perfect 30 in my opinion. This is already in my top 4, and I don't know what's going to be able to beat that because I have no idea. But anyway, so this is the end of the video, and comment down below what movie I should do next. I will heart and like and try to comment back to anything you say. You guys have a good rest of your day or night, wherever you're from, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.